Hi, my name is Maria Five. Welcome to my channel. I'll be talking about books and tea and things that are made by people, not machines. Okay, so without further ado, the make is these earrings that I've made with these cat eyes, which I have always thought were really particularly cool beads, the way they catch the light. I've also made this dress. This is the Mornington dress, but I've lined it fully, just that big change, but everything else is exactly the same. But rather than dealing with a facing or twill tape or seam tape for the neckline, I just decided to fully line it, which is just way more comfortable to wear. And the tea, I have green tea in this Riptide cup. Riptide Demolition, which it was a giveaway, but it's a good size cup. Green tea, it's a bagged tea rather than loose green tea. I find most green teas that are loose really bitter if you steep them like 1 second too long, and I don't like bitter tea. And because it's green tea, you have to drink it the way it is. If you add milk or sugar or honey or brown sugar or stevia, anything like that, you're not getting all the benefits of green tea as far as the detox and the health benefits of drinking green tea. So this is a bagged green tea, and there are lots out there, so enjoy. So today we're going to be talking about Stardust, Neil Gaiman. Now you will note whoever processed this book at whichever library this got processed, they stuck the barcode right here, like right on the title, which is really poor form, I think, but that's just me. Okay, so it's a fairy tale, and fairy tales are probably the oldest tradition of storytelling. They were handed down orally, typically. The first one's 6,000 years old, approximately. It was called The Smith and the Devil. And it was a story about a blacksmith who traded his soul to the devil for magical powers. I haven't read it, but if anyone's got a copy out there, I will be very happy to. So other older fairy tales include The Little Mermaid, which is my absolute favorite, Hans Christian Andersen, with a really tragic ending. And the original has a really, really tragic ending, and maybe that's what appealed to me. But I cried every single time I read it as a child, or had it even read to me. Even the original movie, not the Walt Disney, but the original movie was just heart-wrenching. And I don't know if that was the appeal to it or not, but there we have it. The Enchanted Castle, E. Nesbit, published in 1907. E stands for Edith. And turn of the century, 1800s, early 1900s, women were not authors. They did not publish. They were not writers. And if they did, they often would either include an initial or write under a pseudonym, a name that wasn't theirs, but a male name that they could, or something that wasn't necessarily gender specific, so that they could get published. Things have changed, luckily. And another really early one we have is The King of Elfland's Daughter by Lord Dunsany, published in 1924. And it's a cute fairy tale. You know, there's a journey involved, an epic journey in kings and magic. And of course, Stardust is no different. It was published in 1999, Neil Gaiman, and it's one of the most recent ones that I know of anyway, as far as fairy tales go. It's a brilliant book. We have Tristan, who is pining for a woman, Victoria Forrester, and he really, really wants her, and she just pshaws and has other things to do with her time. And she's been known to step out with another gentleman from their village, the village of Wall, which is a village with a wall, literally brick wall, surrounding it. And nobody gets out except for once every 9 years when they have a fair. So they're sitting on a hillside, on a hilltop, and they watch a star falling to the earth. And he promises her, if he brings back the star, can he marry her? And she agrees, thinking, pshaw, it's never going to happen. And she completely underestimates, of course, his determination. So Tristan, sets off on a journey to retrieve the fallen star. So it wouldn't be a real proper fairy tale without conflict. So we also have a threesome of witches and sisters, and they need the fallen star's heart. And if they eat the heart, they will gain their youth back. That's how they maintain their hundreds and hundreds of years old being alive. So 3 witches, and of course they elect one. The one witch, the oldest witch, is off on her journey to find the fallen star. And then we have a king, the king of Stormhold. And he, as his dying wish, he actually says, well, he started off with 7 sons, and they're killing each other off to see who gets the throne. So from the 7, they now have 3 left. And he takes off the Stormhold magic in the form of a topaz, rips it off his neck, chucks it out the window, hits the star, which is what makes her fall to begin with. And now these 3 princes are off on their journey to retrieve the star, and of course only one of them. So there's all the battles that go on. So we have 3 different parties moving toward finding and collecting this fallen star. So it's a journey. It's all kinds of magic. There's unicorn. There's a little bit of everything for everybody. But it's really, really a good story. And of course, it's got the modern day twist ending. So I'm not sure. I hope you will really enjoy it. And give it a read if you haven't read it yet. So Stardust, Neil Gaiman, brilliant, brilliant author. I may or may not do more books by him, but I've probably read everything he's written out there. But he's written a lot of different genres as well, and I would say, not primarily, but he's really known for his comic strips. He wrote a lot of comic books, so that's his claim to fame. But he's world renowned now. He's written so much. I mean, as far as sci-fi, fantasy, that sort of genre, but also some spooky, scary, The Graveyard Book. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening, and happy Canada Day. And I will be uploading every Saturday, so I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.